It's the Riot Podcast. Hudson, Isaiah, here with you as always. Saw an interesting question yesterday, Isaiah. It came up. If you're going on a 6-night vacation, how many pairs of underwear would you pack?
Depends where I'm going, what I'm doing.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't just have a number in mind?
Not off the top of the dome.
What's the minimum you would pack for a 6-night trip?
Probably 9.
9?
Maybe 10.
That feels higher than most.
I mean, you can't pack 6.
No, I wouldn't pack 6 either.
I'm thinking probably 10 because I think what's realistically going to happen if I know myself on vacation is during the day I'm going to be at the pool.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm going to come back from the pool at night. In the morning, I'm going to wear a pair of underwear.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a breakfast, lunch, whatever. I'm going to go to the pool. I'm going to come back from the pool. I'm going to get in the shower and get ready for my night. And I'm a new pair of underwear.
Uh-huh.
So then now I'm at 2 pairs of underwear for that day. And I'm doing that at least 3 of the 6 days I'm there.
Uh-huh.
So now I go from 6 to 9.
Yeah.
And there's probably one day where I'm going to do something probably active during the day.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to sweat. And so then I need another change for that for nighttime. So that's where I get to 10. And there's probably 2 days where I'm able to wear the same pair the whole day.
That's a lot of information right there.
That's what my vacations typically go.
Yeah.
But if your vacations are low key, maybe you just need 6.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a lot to take in. For me, I knew my answer right away, and I don't think it changes all that much unless it's something where, I don't know, where I'm likely to go through many more than a pair of underwear a day. I would go 7.
One more than you need?
Yeah, I think I can either... typically I think I just wear 1 pair a day. And so then you have 1 as a spare in case you get real sweaty or wet or something goes horribly wrong. Or you lose 1. And but that's probably all I need.
Seems dangerous. You don't think you're going to sweat through a pair of underwear more than once during the trip?
Probably not.
You're never going to need... How many pairs of underwear do you wear a day here?
Just 1?
Really?
Yeah, you change your underwear at work?
I usually go at least 2 every day.
What do you do? You have like your day underwear and then your workout, and then you wear those till you work out, and then you swap into a new one?
And then I shower, and then I'll wear another pair. And then depending on how sweaty I get in the afternoons, if I shower again, I'll wear a 3rd pair. Or sometimes at nighttime, no underwear is necessary, and I'll just get into some comfy shorts.
That's also something I was heading towards, is that if I bring 7 pairs of underwear on a 6-night trip and 7 isn't enough, then it's just not meant to be for me to be wearing underwear, I guess.
The dangerous game.
It's kind of like the burnt toast theory of underwear, is how I see it, of underwear on a vacation.
You're not going to let it bother you.
Yep, exactly, which we do talk about in the show today, so you should stick around for that. We also talk about which restaurants should start serving breakfast, so think about that and then see if your answer comes up, and if not, you should definitely let us know in the comments or by texting 8772 RadioU. Good show today. Happy with it.
We'll see you guys soon.
Catch you next time.
Disinformation, mispronunciations, bad impressions. That's Hudson. This is The Riot on RadioU.
Just about everybody is probably back to school at this point, right?
I would say so.
Wrong. They're not all back in school because apparently there's a bus driver shortage.
I feel like we've been going through this for a while.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think every year around this time, we see stories pop up like this. Although it seems pretty serious, and it seems obviously not every single school district probably has this issue, but it is common enough across the country that there's a bus driver shortage. Not enough people to drive the kids, the students, to where they need to go, and it's causing some real issues. I have seen this, stories of places where they've had to actually delay school as far as starting the day later because there's not enough, and drivers are having to do outrageous routes because there's less drivers to go around, Kids are getting to school late. It's just a whole big deal.
Yeah, it's not a good thing, but at the same time, I feel like being a bus driver is a tough job.
You think it's tough? I was going to ask. Do you think we would do all right as bus drivers?
No, I think I would hate it.
Why do you say that?
Because if you want a time when kids are going to act the worst, it's on the bus. There's no time where they're going to act worse than on the bus. I remember riding the bus and just how bad kids were on the bus, and I wouldn't be able to deal with it. And it's such an easy thing, too. Just sit down and don't really be that obnoxious. Doesn't seem like that hard of a thing to do.
Yeah.
And they can't even do that.
I imagine this, and I never rode the bus, of course, but I imagine the drive to school, maybe not too bad, because the kids they're sleepy. They're just woke up. They probably, maybe
not
some
that
kids,
bad, yeah.
Yeah. But the ride home, the drive home to take all those kids who've just been through a school day and they're all riled up and goofing off. And you have to think about this too. You're way outnumbered.
And you're driving.
Yeah. You've got to drive and they're all getting into mischief.
Yeah. You have to check the rearview mirror constantly, trying to figure out what they're up to back there.
Yeah.
Because it's never anything good.
It's odd hours. I understand why it's hard to find bus drivers. You got to find people that aren't criminals, that can be trusted. It's difficult. I understand why this is a tough situation we're going through. Is there any other solution?
Just pay them more. I don't know.
Pay them more.
That would be the only thing. How else are you going to encourage somebody to drive a bus?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just thinking, is there something else we could do besides a bus?
Oh, you're thinking maybe an outside the box look at it here.
Yeah. What else could we do?
Maybe the kids start riding bikes to school from afar.
Yeah. A free bike for every child.
But also, there's so many kids that live far away.
Yeah. And that works in a town, but a
lot of times, what they'll do is they'll say if you live a certain distance from the school, you're not allowed to ride the bus.
In your rural neck of the woods, they would do that?
Yeah, and so maybe they just need to, they would always extend that distance a little bit further. A little bit further.
So just strong arm the parents into having to drive the kids
Either
to
you
school.
drive the kid, or he's got to do a 1.5 mile long walk to school in the morning.
Both ways.
You won't hear a show like this anywhere else. And that's probably for the best. The Worst of the Riot. Radio U.
Quarterback for the Tennessee Titans, one of them. He may be third on their depth chart, but first in the hearts of Mayo lovers everywhere. Because you remember he famously, before he was drafted in the NFL, put mayonnaise in his coffee.
I have seen that.
He had a viral TikTok with it and everything. He's just signed a lifetime contract with Hellmann's to be a Mayo spokesperson.
That's a good deal.
Yeah, it might be. It's for an unspecified amount, so it could be for $5 for all we know.
Probably not.
Probably not. Guess. But they probably paid him a decent amount. Now, for life, he has to stray away from Dukes. He cannot dabble with Miracle Whip. He's got to stick with Hellmann's it is and promote them. And so my question to you, Isaiah, is if you were to sign a lifetime deal with one brand, now obviously we don't advertise here on Radio U, but let's just say that Radio U was like, listen, you got to sign one lifetime deal, one brand. Who would it be?
It's a good question.
Yeah.
I would probably say PepsiCo.
You don't like Pepsi that much. You don't even like Pepsi at all.
I didn't say Pepsi. Said PepsiCo.
You just want the whole company.
That means that I could do Cheetos. I could do Doritos, Tostitos, Lay's. I could do Root Beer, Mountain Dew. I could do Gatorade. I could do Funyuns. I could do Quaker Oats. I could do Chewy granola bars. I could do a myriad of things. Their umbrella of things that they own is so impressive. And so I would probably go with PepsiCo.
I don't think you're really answering in the spirit of the question, though.
You mean to answer a little bit not quite as big? I would probably go with Kraft.
Can we put a finer point on it?
Because Kraft owns Oreos. They also own Kraft Mac and Cheese, Sour Patch Kids, Planters.
You once again.
Oscar Mayer.
Can we narrow it down
Ritz
a little
Crackers.
bit?
Just saying, if you're gonna give me an option,
Yeah.
Kraft also owns Taco Bell. Heck, I could advertise with Taco Bell if I went with Kraft.
Like the Taco Bell brand, but not the restaurant.
The whole ordeal, baby.
I think you're really cheating at this question.
I'm just giving what many would say is a good answer.
But I don't think that tells. I think people want to know about you, and I don't think saying that you would advertise with any number of these brands, I don't think that really tells people a lot.
Tell me what your right answer is.
Oh, I was gonna say something that sums me up, that I'd be a good spokesperson for people, because you need to be believable. If I'm out there and people don't believe and don't think I believe in the product, then they're not going to listen to me. I need to be authentic and true to who I am. And so, which brand would I advertise with? I'm thinking probably Old Bay. That's true to who I am. I put that on.
Old Bay, that's the one you went with.
Old Bay, I'm from.
Interesting.
I lived in Maryland, so I grew up with Old Bay. I think I could be a viable spokesperson for that. Maybe not Old Bay, maybe Tabasco. Also put that on a lot of stuff.
Tabasco.
Yeah. I mean,
interesting answers.
Actually, much in line with how Will Levis has gotten this endorsement deal in part from putting mayo in coffee. Similarly, I put Tabasco in coffee. So I think that it's actually a natural partnership.
That makes sense, yeah.
Tabasco, if I was going to advertise with one brand, that'd be it.
Tabasco's your boy.
Tabasco is my pair. Doesn't you think that tells people so much more about me than your answer?
You said Old Bay and Tabasco.
Those are pretty,
what are people supposed to take away from that?
That's what I'm loyal to.
Well, now they know.
And not the almighty dollar like you.
We're not sure who behaves worse, the Riot or their dogs.
I don't even know how to behave like a real human being.
The Riot, RadioU.
Have you seen this going around on TikTok? Burnt toast theory?
I live by it.
You live by burnt toast theory?
I live by it.
Did you originate this theory?
I feel like I came out with this before all these TikTokies did. But I didn't really go famous for it.
Yeah, you didn't get the credit. You're not getting the credit.
Because I didn't make a video about it.
Yeah.
I should have.
You should have. Why didn't you present it here on the show? Would have been good for business. Well, why don't you do it now since this is your theory? Explain it.
So essentially what burnt toast theory is don't let burnt toast ruin your entire day.
Why would burnt toast ruin your entire day?
Because some people, not myself, let like small things ruin their day.
Uh-huh.
Like right when they start, right in the morning when they start, like a stub toe to start the morning.
Yeah.
And then there's small thing. Can't find your keys right away. It flusters you. Then the rest of your day, you're just in a bad mood.
In a funk.
So that's the burnt toast theory. Small things ruining your entire day. It's essentially the people that let the little things get to them too much.
Uh-huh.
Don't be that person.
Do you go so far as some others to say that, like, if you have something small go wrong that delays the start of your day, that it actually could be saving you from something worse happening instead?
See, I don't know if I believe in that so much.
Because that's where burnt toast theory starts to lose me.
Yeah, I don't get that part as much. And I know I was reading about that part.
Yeah.
And that's where it starts to drift off with me, too. Because I don't understand how my toast burning in the beginning of the day could keep me from getting in a car accident in the afternoon.
Yeah. That's, the thought process is explained out is that if you're delayed slightly by your toast being burned or something else small going wrong in the morning, then that delay may save you from that you may miss out on something else worse happening because you were delayed. And that would, if you were 5 minutes earlier, you would have been present for some other bad thing happening.
Essentially, like, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
Is what they're coming from.
But statistically, right, if you're delayed 5 minutes by burnt toast, wouldn't that also have an equal possibility of delaying you and making you miss something good happening?
You could say so.
So burnt toast theory, in a sense, is just something you could tell yourself to make yourself feel better. If you do burn your toast, you could be like, yeah, but I could have gotten into a car accident. This could be saving me from that. But if you want to look at the glass half empty, you could be like, this burnt toast could have cost me $50. I could have found $50 on the street if I wasn't delayed by these 5 minutes.
See, that's why I lean more into the don't let something small ruin your entire day.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people that I know that just get upset over the littlest things. Like, why are you so stressed out all the time? How do you even live your life? I don't understand people that get so upset over such minor things. Like, I couldn't be bothered less by things like that. It's not going to ruin my day, my happiness. I'm having a good day. Why would I let burning my toast or not finding my keys right away?
Yeah.
Or maybe the shirt that I wanted to wear wasn't ready, so I have to wear a different one.
Yeah.
Why would I let that ruin my entire day?
Well, that's kind of a bigger deal.
I could wear any shirt that I wanted to wear this morning.
Shirts are important.
And I could have came in here with anything on.
It sounds to me like you're less, I would say less burnt toast theory and more don't cry over spilled milk theory.
Oh, is that a theory?
I don't know if it's a theory,
well,
but
then you can't just.
It's a saying, though. Don't cry over spilled milk.
But you can't just make
that
a
sounds like what
saying isn't a theory.
That sounds like what you're promoting, though.
Well, that's what burnt toast theory is as well. Until you lean into the part where it says it could save you from something else bad happening.
Yeah.
But the first half of it, I agree with thoroughly. People are too stressed.
Yeah, you do it. You calm down. Don't let something small ruin the day. I think we're all on board with that. It's easy to say anyways, but maybe in practice a little tougher.
Add a little riot to your Instagram feed. Follow at RadioU Official. The Riot. Radio U.
The FAA, Federal Aviation Administration, has put out a new report on near collisions involving commercial airliners. And you would be shocked at how often major airlines almost have planes collide into each other in midair. For example, here in just the last month, 46 times this almost happened.
46?
46 near collisions.
That's nearly one
airplanes.
A day. That's more than one. That's
more than one a
1.5 a day.
Yeah. 46 in the past month. And during the past 12 months, there were about 300 near collision incidents. That'd be over the last year. So I guess we've had a bad month recently where it was 46. It's pretty high.
But at the same time, I wonder what they consider a near collision.
Yeah, how close is close?
I feel like it can't be that close. Because have you ever seen a video? There's videos of everything. Have you ever seen a video of two planes almost colliding? I've never personally seen one. And so I feel like maybe their near misses are different than what we imagine as a near miss.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out here is, do they actually detail what a near miss means? And I don't know that I have really good details on that, but I can tell you, and this makes sense, they say that most of these near misses, which again, there's about 300 in the past year, they say that most of them are caused by either pilot or air traffic controller error, which makes sense. I mean, who else would you blame? But they say most of them occur near airports during takeoff and or landing. For example, one incident recently in Fort Lauderdale, an air traffic controller wrongfully cleared a Delta jet to approach the airport for landing, even though a Spirit Airlines flight had also been cleared to land. So they were kind of headed on the same path, the same trajectory. Unfortunately, they missed each other. And I mean, we have this report here that says 300 near misses in the past year. But how many actual collisions? I don't think there was any, right?
Well, I'm looking at a list here, and I've got a list of collisions.
Oh, you have a list of collisions too?
I've got a list of collisions, 2 so far this year.
And what does that result in?
8 deaths.
No.
Yeah.
And that's in the United States.
Let's see here. I
guess it doesn't really matter, because if it can happen somewhere, it can happen anywhere.
Winter Haven, Florida in the United States. The other one was in Australia. So we've had 1 in the U.S. this year. Last year in the U.S., we had 1, 2, 3. Why are they all happening here? Then we had 3 in the U.S. last year, resulting in 13 deaths. Wow. 2 of them, 1 on the climb, 1 on the cruise, and 1 on the approach.
Does it make me feel good? I think
1 in 2021. No deaths in 2021. Good. I guess that was COVID.
maybe you chalk it up to that. This is tough. This is tough because even if, like for me, I'm not afraid of flying, but when I think of the things that make me nervous about flying, it's always like turbulence, right? Or one of the engines gives out or something like that. One of those type of things. I never even considered, because I say this all the time, it's a big sky. How could you hit something in midair? But apparently it's very nearly possible every single day. And that is what's concerning, that this is probably like a top fear now when you're flying.
It's crazy, but also I'm looking at the numbers here too, and in the past 4 years, we've had as many collisions in the year as the past like 17 years before that. Between like 2018 and 2000, that's like the same amount as we've had between 2020 and 2023.
So we're getting worse.
Yeah, and you want to know why that is? It's because I also Googled how quickly can you become a pilot, and they said within 7 months.
Oh no!
In their super fast accelerated program, I think because we're so short on pilots right now as well.
Yeah, they're just letting anybody get in a plane and take off these days. This is concerning. I don't have any flights for a while, and I'm glad that hopefully that will give me enough time to forget about this.
Find more Riot content online. Riot.radiou.com.
Check this out. Talking of food fights, this might be a future food fight item. Coffee Mate has put out a brand new flavored creamer that definitely ventures off the beaten path of what you would expect for coffee creamer. You ready for this?
You're talking about a little what? Little
creativity. That's right.
Little creativity.
That is exactly what Coffee Mate has got here. They're getting creative with their latest coffee creamer offering. They're going with brand new peanut butter and jelly coffee creamer.
Interesting combo.
Yeah.
Peanut butter jelly. One of my favorite.
Yeah.
Food, sandwiches, meals, snacks ever. Peanut butter and jelly always.
When was
hits.
the last time you had a peanut butter jelly?
Probably like in the past week, yeah.
Wow. That's surprising. I'm thinking now.
You shocked by that?
I'm a little shocked by that. I was just thinking it's been so long since I've had one that maybe like.
Why don't you treat yourself?
I should treat myself just for a dinner one night.
Especially if you have it with, I'll tell you this much. Peanut butter and jellies are good, but if you have a PB&J with a glass of milk, it's just so much better. So much better.
See, here's what I would do, and why I think this might work really well with coffee. I used to always drink chocolate milk with my PB&J.
Oh, okay.
And I'd kind of go the route of I'd take a bite, take a sip of the chocolate milk, and have it like in my mouth at the same time. Is that weird?
A little weird.
That's weird behavior. I like doing that with a lot of things, actually, where I'll eat it, but I'll just take a sip too and let the drink, whatever the drink is in the food, amalgamate together in my mouth. That's what Coffee Mate, they've kind of taken that work out of it for you. And now you can just pour the peanut butter and jelly directly in to your coffee. So you think this will work for you? You actually put creamer in your coffee. I don't.
I cream it up every morning, man. And for me personally, I don't know if this is it. Like PB&J with the coffee, I just don't know if it fits. What would it even taste like? Sweet and salty?
I think there would be a sweetness, a saltiness, and then the bitterness of the coffee all kind of rolling together there.
And I wonder too, what with PB&J, when they do like two things at once in a creamer, it always leans towards one. Is it going to be more peanut buttery?
Yeah.
Is it going to be more jelly-esque? Which way does it lean? And which way would I even prefer? I think I'd prefer probably peanut buttery.
I think in coffee, you'd probably want it more fruity, more jelly flavored.
See, but every time we have a fruit coffee here, I always hate it.
Oh, yeah.
I always hate it.
I don't know. We're going to have to find out. I'll tell you that I'm not even sure here because is that strawberry jelly?
That's grape.
It looks strawberry.
You think so?
It's hard to tell.
There's no way they would make a strawberry. I mean, if they're going to do peanut butter and jelly, they're going to do grape.
They don't even specify. But it looks to me, that looks pretty red.
It does look red, but they wouldn't do that. That would just be silly.
I'm concerned. Yeah,
it should be purple, though.
Yeah, it should be. If it was grape jelly, that'd be much more purple, wouldn't you think?
It says, oh no.
They couldn't make this.
It said the jury is still on which type of jelly pairs best with peanut butter, but Coffee Mate is declared strawberry.
No! Coffee Mate. This is all wrong. What are they doing?
No! No!
You're giving them all the...
It's ridiculous.
all the sound effects.
Strawberry. I cannot stand strawberry jelly on a PB&J. It has to be grape.
Enthusiasm just dropped. But think
I
about
don't
this,
even
though.
want to try it now.
Don't you think strawberry makes more sense in coffee than grape, though?
I hate it.
I think that's true.
The only thing Isaiah loves more than the riot is himself.
Someone who probably still lives with his mother and hates himself.
You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
And we talked previously about how Taylor Swift has rejected the NFL's advances. She will not be the halftime show. She will not be the performing act at the upcoming Super Bowl in Las Vegas. So the NFL has had to turn elsewhere. Some say, apparently, reportedly, that they've also offered it to Harry Styles as well. But it seems like that's not possibly going anywhere. So now there's another rumor swirling. See if this excites you, Isaiah. For the Super Bowl, the NFL is mulling over the idea of a boy band revival at halftime.
A bunch of old school boy bands coming back from the early 2000s or what?
Yep, that's exactly what it is. A medley, if you will. Very similar to the way they did the hip-hop halftime show a few years back that a lot of people seem to love with Kendrick Lamar and Snoop Dogg and 50 Cent. This time, they may, this is the rumor, get NSYNC,
No.
Backstreet Boys.
NSYNC? We're talking Justin Timberlake, Joey Fatone.
The very same. Backstreet Boys, 98 Degrees. That's Nick Lachey, right? Boys to Men, Belle Biv DeVoe. Now you're getting into ones I don't even know what songs they do. Belle Biv DeVoe, Color Me Bad. That could be your... and they say possibly, to make it a little more appealing, maybe to a younger audience as well, a K-pop boy band from Korea, of course.
There's only one boy band they're missing.
What's that?
Our favorite boy band. It would just kind of cap off this whole list of just boy bands. They're not really like a typical boy band, but they're my boys.
Who's that?
Nickelback.
That'd be
now
probably
we're getting a little bit of everything, right?
Probably equally as bad. See, I thought you were going to say if you're bringing all these back, they might as well revive DC Talk as well.
Yeah.
I think people will be very excited about that as well.
Yeah, toss them in too.
I think that this would be way different. You know, I think the hip hop halftime show with the medley of all those rappers and singers, I think that was very well received. But I don't think the NFL should learn the wrong lesson from that, because I think this would be one. I don't think these bands are as highly thought of. These boy bands, they're kind of looked back on, and you even if you people that liked them at the time that grew up with them, they kind of cringe at them now, right?
Yeah, but I think at the same time you still know all the songs.
Yeah, if you're of that age.
Yeah, so I mean, even if you're a little bit older or a little bit younger. Even if this wasn't really your era, you still know a lot of these songs. So I think it could strike a chord with a lot of people. Because, like, who did it last year? I don't even remember.
Last year was Rihanna.
Yeah, it's Rihanna.
It's totally solo.
See, and I don't like when they do just a solo shit. Like The Weeknd, when they did The Weeknd the other year.
Yeah.
Like,
not as strong.
It applies to just whoever likes The Weeknd is going to enjoy that. Mm-hmm. If you're not a Weeknd fan, then you're not going to enjoy that. Same thing with Rihanna. Rihanna was good. If you're a Rihanna fan, you're going to love that. I think when they do the medley, especially with some of these throwback artists, it gives a little bit more. There's a little more room for more people to enjoy it.
Yeah, but I also think that the appeal of these, at least when I think of NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, they were young and sexy at the time, and now they're not all young and sexy anymore. They're
That's
definitely
the best
not
part,
young.
Hudson.
They're definitely,
what did we talk about when 50 Cent was on stage?
I just think it's going to make people
is that
sad.
50 Cent?
I think it's going to make people sad. I think I don't think the hip hop show made people that grew up with those hip hoppers. I don't think it made them feel old. I think this is going to make you feel old.
I don't agree. I think this is a good idea. I would rather have this than just Harry Styles, because who's going to like that? Just Harry Styles fans.
Yeah. I don't know if I disagree with that. I think you need an act that the show is in Vegas. You got to have an act that embodies Vegas.
David Copperfield. How many times do I have to say it?
or Celine Dion.
You won't hear a show like this anywhere else. And that's probably for the best. The Worst of the Riot. Radio U.
Question is, what is one restaurant that doesn't currently serve breakfast that you think should give it a shot? This comes as we tried the new breakfast, English muffin breakfast sandwiches from Wendy's yesterday. You can see what we thought on the Radio U Riot Facebook page or YouTube channel. Lots of people getting in, and I'm seeing a lot of ideas that I'm on board with.
Let's hear some of these.
Yeah, we need some more breakfast options. So I have here Dave and Andy, both. They came in, they were like the first people to text in, and they said Chipotle.
Now, what would that consist of, Burritos, obviously.
Yeah, breakfast burritos.
Breakfast burritos?
They could do that well, I guess, if you like Chipotle already.
The only thing that I pause on them is they're one of those places where you have to go inside for Chipotle.
Yeah, many of them.
And many a times when you're doing breakfast places, the drive-thru is a big part of that.
Yeah.
The quickness of being able to pick it up on the way to work. But if you were able to go inside and you had the time to do that in the morning, I think it could be very good.
Yeah. And then, I do kind of like the idea of building your own breakfast burrito. A lot of the places that do breakfast burritos, it just kind of comes like, this is the way it comes. But if you went through Chipotle and they had like the little vats of eggs and bacon and whatever, and they're like, how much? And stuff,
How much can we get for you?
Yeah. Do you want eggs? Do you want cheese? I think that could be nice.
And then they give you like barely any bacon.
Yeah.
Barely any sausage to go along with your eggs.
And just all the rice.
Yeah.
What about Tim? Tim texted in, you ever been to Chicken Salad Chick?
I've never been there.
Nor have I, but that's his choice.
Chicken Salad Chick.
Breakfast chicken salad.
Doesn't sound like a bad idea.
Maybe. I can't write it off because I've never been. Philip says, and this is a good popular option, he just says any place that has pizza.
I have had breakfast pizza before.
Yeah.
I'm not like a huge fan, but it's good.
There's at the airport, a lot of restaurants that don't typically serve breakfast do serve breakfast in the airport. And I know that because Donato's, the pizza chain, they don't typically serve breakfast, but if you get it at the airport, they do. And their breakfast is pretty good.
What do they serve?
They do have a breakfast pizza. They also had something else because I didn't get a breakfast pizza. I got something else. I don't remember what it was, but it was like some kind of breakfast sandwich. And they did a good job with it.
With it?
Yeah, so I think maybe Donato's just expand that out. See what happens. Lisa says Popeyes or Arby's. Those were two that jumped to mind. What would Arby's do for breakfast?
I think they would be similar to a McDonald's, Wendy's breakfast, probably.
You think so?
I don't know what they would bring to the table that would be different.
More meat? Right?
Different options of meat.
But
what would they? What are you doing? Roast beef at 8 a.m.?
Yeah, I think anybody's
You're not doing that.
For some reason, I don't know why. But Popeye, she says chicken and waffles. Yes,
it's a good idea.
Now we're talking. And you got any other places in mind?
Those are some of the ones that I thought of. Arby's, obviously, it's like the one that's most similar to McDonald's and Wendy's that doesn't do a breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
You could say the same for DQ.
Dairy Queen, interesting. Breakfast ice cream.
Yeah, a little breakfast ice cream.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me. But those are the main ones. I feel like if the other one I thought of is Culver's.
Oh yeah, a real buttery breakfast.
Because I think about Culver's, they just have such good food anyway.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm thinking of. I'm just thinking of places that make good food. Why not open all the time?
If Culver's made a breakfast menu, I know that it would be fire.
I've got two.
It would be good anyway.
I've got two more ideas. One, City Barbecue for a chain, but just any barbecue place. Can you imagine barbecue breakfast?
A barbecue breakfast sounds like a lot.
Yeah, smoked, like actually smoked sausage, smoked bacon, smoked something else, smoked eggs. I don't know how that would work.
Smoked eggs.
And then how about this one? Here's one more. What if you started your day with Skyline Chili breakfast?
See, I'm not a Skyline Chili boy.
Yeah.
Some people are for that. Not so much for me.
Chili for breakfast?
That's not even. They're not even doing breakfast. Then they're just opening earlier.
A breakfast chili.
Are they opening early, or are they doing something for breakfast?
It's a 5-way with an egg on top.
Find more Riot content online. Riot.radiou.com.
We're doing Would You Rather Wednesday. Our question for today: would you rather be able to decide today, I get to learn one instrument and then you just know it, and that's the one instrument you know, but you know how to play it and play it really well, like meaningfully well, better than the average person? Or you could just pick up any foreign language today. One foreign language you get to decide. And I don't know why, I guess it'd be kind of weird, right? If somebody was listening to this, they didn't speak English. But I do think it's fair if you speak Spanish already and that's your main language, then we're talking about English or whatever language you want to learn. All right. I think that needed to be covered. Okay.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It did.
Definitely.
Yes. If English is not your first language. So here is what people are saying. I've got Brian, who texted in, simply said, instrument.
Easy enough.
Susanna said, language for sure. D said, Spanish could be very helpful to learn. So she's going with the language. Abraham. This is interesting. Abraham says, I would like to learn a language. I would like to learn Spanish because I am of Mexican descent and I actually don't speak Spanish. So I'd like to be able to go back and be able to learn Spanish. Get in touch with his roots maybe a little bit. I like that. He also says he likes listening to music, but he doesn't feel the need to make it. Joey said, of course he did. Joey says, how well would I know the instrument? Because I was going to say language, but thinking about it, if all of a sudden I can play the drums like Jen Ledger of Skillet, that could be profitable.
Join a band.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's the idea I have in mind. That's
You're
how
good
I'm
enough to be in a
it.
band.
Yeah, like you're good enough to make money off of your skill. You're not. So Jeff says language, it's so much more practical. And Caitlin says an instrument because music translates internationally.
Mm.
She also said sheet music is in Latin, right? All right, Isaiah, what are you going with?
I lean language.
You do. Which language would you pick?
It's a good question. I probably would pick Spanish.
That's the popular choice, it seems, here.
Yeah, I probably would pick Spanish. And I've thought about this too, because many a times, as I've thought about, like, if I ever were to move to anywhere else, I can only do the radio in English.
Yeah.
My job-wise. But if I could learn another language, then I could move to, like, Europe or something. I could live somewhere else. Or if I wanted to live in Florida, many a times in Florida, they want you to be, like, dual lingual.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to talk on the radio.
Some people call it bilingual, but yes.
Bilingual. See, you're going
to need to master English first. Yeah.
But yeah, so I would say Duolingo.
Yeah.
Duolingo.
No, you're thinking of the app that teaches you the language, Duolingo. I understand that. I think the language is more practical, but I think an instrument would be more fun to me. So I think I'd just go, in this case, I don't think learning another foreign language would change my life that much. Neither would an instrument. So I think it'd just be fun to know an instrument that I was really good at. I can kind of tinker around on the drums, but I would like to be like, people know that, like, hey, Hudson, he's a good drummer or a good guitar player or whatever. What
would you pick?
I probably would go drums because I already know, I kind of know the drums. I kind of taught myself and I enjoy playing them. But then again, the guitar is just so, you can't just play. I can't just play the drums and sing. I could just bring a guitar and sing somewhere.
Like if I came over to your house and you were just playing the drums, you're like, let me show you me on the drums.
Yeah, that's right. It's harder to show off. You need a full band with you.
I'm like, it's crazy because that looks like something that I could do on the drums, oddly enough.
Right, right.
Where the guitar, it seems a little bit more impressive. But I know both are super hard.
Michael agrees with you. He'd go with language. Susanna specified that she would learn Russian as her language.
Interesting choice.
Yeah. She says she already knows some, so it'd be handy to actually be fluent. I don't think a lot of people would have said that. And then John says, I'm a band director in Texas, so the language thing would be great. I guess he already knows some instruments.
I would assume so.
Yeah, if he's a band director, I don't think you get there. All right, well, there you have it. Would You Rather Wednesday. I think that was a little bit of a thinker right there. I wish it was that easy.
We're not sure who behaves worse, the Riot or their dogs.
I don't even know how to behave like a real human being.
The Riot, Radio U.
Isaiah and I were just sitting in here watching the new trailer for the movie Rebel Moon. If you've seen it, if you've seen the trailer, let us know. Text us in at 8772 Radio U. If you haven't, Rebel Moon is the new Zack Snyder movie. It's going to be premiering on Netflix this Christmas season, December 22nd, and it's a two-parter. We already know we're getting two movies, one this December, and then the second part will come out in April of 2024. Isaiah, you've seen the trailer. I want to know your thoughts. How would you sum it up?
It feels like, many times through the trailers, I didn't know what this was going into it.
Yeah.
I questioned, is this Star Wars?
There are what seem to be lightsabers, which I thought was a Star Wars thing. But this has no official connection to Star Wars at all.
Because it looks like Star Wars.
It looks real Star Wars.
Very Star Wars-y. So if you like Star Wars, you either are going to hate this
Mm-hmm.
because you don't feel like it's as good as Star Wars is, or this could be up your alley.
It could be if you just are into sci-fi space operas.
Which is me. I'm a sci-fi guy.
Yeah.
And as this trailer went along, it started the first 20, it's a long trailer. It's like 3 minutes long.
It's a long trailer.
When it first starts, the first 30 seconds, they had me hooked.
Uh-huh.
And every time 30 seconds went by, I got a little bit less and less hooked.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. Just the scenes of it. The very beginning, I was excited. And by the end of it, I was like, meh.
Yeah, I think for me, I'm open to this because some are saying, and I would agree with this, that it feels Star Wars-y in many ways. It also feels kind of Dune-like. It feels maybe a bit like an amalgamation, a collaboration of the two. And I like Dune a lot, and I've seen some Star Wars stuff that is pretty good. But so I'm open to the idea. I think what loses me is the Zack Snyder of it all.
You're not a Zack Snyder fan, huh?
I'm not really a big Zack Snyder guy. I don't really feel connected a lot in many ways to the DC stuff he did. And looking at this movie, just so it's dark, it's explosions. It's just, I don't know. It just feels a little not exactly my style. If we're talking space sci-fi stuff, not exactly my style either. I don't want to hate on it, but also though, when the trailer, they call this isn't even the trailer. This is the teaser trailer.
No, it's not.
It
really?
is. That's what it says.
Maybe we should wait till the real trailer comes out.
That's right. Before
Because there was a lot of teasing in this trailer.
Rush to judge. There sure was. It's 3 minutes and 43 seconds long.
But it's a long movie.
And
the movie's 2 hours and 30 minutes.
That's what I was wondering. I was going to say, if the trailer's this long, the movie has to be just an epic runtime.
But it comes out on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes it, yet again, now I'm back.
More appealing, but then doesn't this feel like if you did want to watch this movie, wouldn't it be better on the big screen?
It would be, but I'm less likely to go and see things on the big screen.
Yeah, I know you are.
So Netflix it is. If it's on Netflix, then it's yet again more likely I am to watch it.
You're probably going to have some downtime at Christmas. You can squeeze in a 2.5 hour space movie.
Yeah, for one night a week, December 22nd, it comes out. I can squeeze that in.
This, to me, here's what it feels like. I have some tiny bit of interest, and it looks like Netflix clearly is excited about it. They probably spent a lot of money on this, but then to me, by the time it actually comes around, I'm going to forget about it,
But
when it actually releases, I'm going to have other things going on.
Yeah, Christmas.
Yeah, that's right. And it's not Christmassy at all, if you're wondering.
Add a little Riot to your Instagram feed. Follow @RadioU Official. The Riot. Radio U.
There was a video that went viral of a guy using a hot dog as a straw to drink a beer at a Yankees game.
I vaguely remember this.
This sounds faintly familiar, right? Well, now, all this time later, Oscar Mayer is capitalizing on that viral video. Oscar Mayer has a hot dog straw that is now available for you to pre-order. An Oscar Mayer wiener with a hole through the center so that you can use it to sip up your favorite drink.
Sounds like something that you and only you would buy.
I would buy it, but why buy that when I can make one at home? In fact, I like to do is super simple. Here's what you do, Isaiah. You don't take a hot dog, you take a corn dog, because then the stick's already there, and you just fly the
Send it out.
stick right through the corn dog. Then you've got a straw, and then you've got that can impart all of the corn dog flavor into whatever your drink is. And then when the drink's gone, you've also got another tasty
Why
treat.
would you even want that?
A soggy corn dog. That's what I would do for me personally.
You would put a corn dog in a drink.
Yeah, think about some drinks
What
that could
drink?
be. Well, it has to be thin. It can't be a milkshake, even though that does sound good.
A corn dog and a milkshake?
Corn dog and a milkshake. So maybe like a Coke.
A corn dog and
nice
a Coke.
Yeah, I think that'd be good. I think that'd be
I
real
don't think
good.
so.
I think it'd be
I
pretty
don't
good.
think I agree with that whatsoever. I can't imagine a corn dog and a drink that I would really enjoy.
Don't knock it until you tried it. But I'll tell you that I would do that. Here's what I would not do. Probably not buy the straw, because very disappointingly to me, the hot dog straw from Oscar Mayer is not actually a hot dog at all. There's no beef. There's not even pork. There's not even chicken or turkey. It's made out of silicone. So it's just a really big hot dog shaped rubber straw. Still can be used for drinking purposes.
So it's just like an aesthetic thing.
Yep. It's just, it could be like a little prank you could play on people. You could make it look like you're drinking out of a hot dog straw, is pretty much what this amounts to.
Oh, well, that's lame.
Yeah, it's not as good, is it?
Not nearly as good.
No, I would,
But also, how long would a real hot dog straw even last? Like,
Well,
you're just using it once.
Yeah, that'd be a one. So that's why they had to sell them in packs of 8.
Makes sense.
They should probably start doing that. Just poke holes through hot dogs. They already have the hot dogs anyways. I would like to give that a try. This is available. You can go ahead and pre-order it through the Oscar Mayer website while supplies last, which with these type of things, I can't imagine they're making a lot of them, can you?
No, there's no way.
Probably not exactly.
I can't imagine they're selling a lot of them either.
That's enough of that. For more Riot content, head to riot.radiou.com.